the next step in our setup is installing a text editor. The text editor is the program in which we're going to be writing our Rust source code. A text editor is specifically built for writing code, so it offers many advantages over a regular word processing program, say like Microsoft Word or Google Docs. In this course, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code, also known as VS Code. It's a popular, free, open source text editor that offers support for many different languages and environments. So you can write your Rust code in VS Code, but also code in other programming languages. The word open source means that the code for VS Code itself is publicly available. It's a community effort. It's a project that is maintained by developers for the benefit of other developers. So open up your web browser of choice and navigate to code.visualstudio.com. And here on the landing page on the right-hand side, we can see an example of the text editor in action. And if you're new to programming, the advantages may not be apparent, but they include things like syntax highlighting, which means the editor is going to use things like color and spacing and line breaks and tooltips to communicate the various segments that make up the syntax of the given programming language. It makes it easier to identify certain constructs in your code. The editor is also going to be able to do things like offer shortcuts, things like creating files, directories, automating the code you write, all kinds of different efficiencies to aid your productivity. It's a program made specifically for writing code. All right. So here on the home page, the browser should automatically detect that we are on a Windows computer, and it will offer this download link. So I'm going to click to download for Windows, and that should start the download process. I'm going to open up my downloads folder right here, and here is our installer. So I'm going to double click that to start the installation process. And I'm going to accept the agreement and click next. It's going to offer us the installation directory. The default should be fine, so I will click next again. And it's also going to create a shortcut in, looks like the start menu. This is good for me as well. So I'm going to click next here. And finally, you can choose whether, for example, you want to create a desktop icon. That's totally up to you. Make sure you keep this option checked right here, add to path. This just means that you're going to be able to run the code command or the code program from PowerShell. So code will be available as a command line tool that you can use in any directory in PowerShell to do things like open that directory as a project within VS Code. So make sure that is checked, then click next and install, and that will start the installation process. All right, so this can take up to a couple of minutes depending on the speed of your computer. So I will check back in with you when the process completes. So here we are at the end of the installer. I'm going to keep this checked so that we can launch the program as soon as we exit, and then I'll click finish. All right, so the program should launch, and this is VS Code. I'm going to expand my window, and we might talk a little bit more about all of these options, but this is your basic template. This is your basic editor. There's going to be a couple icons here on the left, and we're going to do one more additional thing in order to set up VS Code to work with Rust. By default, the editor actually doesn't support Rust's syntax, but what we can do is install an extension. Like the name suggests, an extension is like an add-on or an additional plugin that you can install for VS Code to enable additional features. So we're going to install one extension that is going to add support for Rust code and Rust syntax, and we'll never have to worry about it again. So on this left-hand navigation menu, we have a bunch of icons. We want to target this one right here, the collection of cubes stacked upon each other, and this is the extensions pane. I'm going to click that. I'm going to blow this up slightly so we can see it easier. See if I can do it like this. There we go. And in here, I'm going to search for Rust. And we're going to want this second one right here. Rust Analyzer is its name. This one called Rust is actually deprecated. That means it's outdated and is no longer supported. We want this one. And once you click on the actual extension here, you can click the install button and that will install the extension. All right. Let me return back to the original screen. You also want to make sure that you have this checked auto update. That ensures that VS Code will download and install the latest versions of Rust Analyzer, which is a good thing to have, especially as new versions of the Rust language introduce new syntax. This extension will evolve itself to support it. All right. So that takes care of the only requirement we need. I also want to point out that as you're going to be watching the videos in this course, my VS Code will have a different aesthetic. By that, I mean the look and feel of the editor, the background color, the foreground color, the font size. That theme is entirely customizable. It's up to each developer how they want their text editor to look. It has no impact whatsoever on the code we write. But if you want to customize your theme, you can search for the word theme right here. And that will give you a whole bunch of extensions that represent themes. For example, this one is going to look something like this with this combination of colors. If you want the exact same look and feel as I have throughout the course, my theme is called Winter is Coming. That is a Game of Thrones reference, a little bit of trivia for you. And if you want, you can install that as well. This is optional, only if you want the exact same look and feel. And specifically, I'm using the Winter is Coming dark blue, no italics look. It's this nice dark blue background with a variety of font colors in the foreground, but it looks something like this. Once again, totally optional. And another optional theme or extension is called Material Icon Theme. This is actually this one right here with over 25 million downloads. This is actually going to affect the icons that are going to be rendered alongside files. So you can open a project in VS Code, which is just a directory, and that directory may contain files of different types. For example, Rust files have the extension .rs, but other programming languages create files with different extensions. And all this does is it creates a visual icon for each type of language or many different types of languages, depending on the kind of file you have. So I can scroll down in this alphabetical list, and for example, I'll find Rust right here. And this just means that files that are Rust files ending in a .rs extension are going to have this icon next to their file names when we look at a folder's contents within VS Code. Once again, totally optional to install this. You only want this if you want your text editor to look exactly as mine, which is just a matter of personal preference. All right. That's all there is to do to set up VS Code. And we're all ready to proceed and join up with our Mac friends in the very next lesson. So
Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please leave your thoughts below so we can discuss more about the topic. If you'd like to suggest a video that could help the community, feel free to message me on X or Instagram. We also share short videos on Instagram, so make sure to follow us there. Feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, and might even create a video based on your suggestion. Thanks again for being part of our community. See you in the next video.